Welcome back. I am Pratap here. Today is 18th October 2023. So before generating today's demand and supply zones, let us look into the entry we got from our yesterday's report. Even before that, look into this Nifty. Nifty is getting a huge resistance from its 75 minutes high liquidity zone. Let me go to the 75 minutes time frame. So we have a drop, base drop, and we have a pro gap here. Pro gap is always like a black hole. You never know how many pending orders institutions kept in this gap area. See how the prices reach to the gap area and then pushing down. Again, that means there could be a heavy order flow in this gap area. Now, if you compare with this previous high, this is the previous high, and now Nifty consumed few sell orders. It went a little deep. It's not deep, a little compared to the previous high. And then the order flow, probably the pending orders in this black hole area, push it down. That's why we can compare pro gaps with black hole. Because in black hole, we never know what is there inside that. Exactly the same way here, if there is a pro gap, we never know how many pending orders institutions are having in this area. So they pushed the price again today. So this is one important point you should observe. And another thing, actually the usage of these pro gaps is not for taking the sell orders, because this is a supply zone. You cannot short here. The reason is your risk management. See how much risk you have to take. Let me draw a horizontal line. So if you want to take an entry at this horizontal line, see how much risk you need to manage. This should be your stop loss. So can you manage this much risk on 75 minutes time frame? If you are in a position to handle the risk, yes, you can take an entry, but practically it is not right. That is the reason why pro gap areas, if you cannot take or if you cannot manage the risk, don't take an entry. Otherwise, if it is within your manageable risk, you can take an entry. You can risk rather than taking a short here. You will be short at this blue color line area. Then what is the use? What decision we have to take when there is a pro gap? This is the area we need to exit. You need to book your profit. Most of the times what we do, we wait till the prices reaches this supply zone. When the price is about to reach the supply zone, just before the proximal line of the supply zone, we will exit. Maybe a few points below the proximal line of the supply zone, we will book our profit. But if there is a pro gap, just before entering into the pro gap, you need to book. That is what all these people have done here. See, in all these candles, they booked their profits in this area, exactly at this blue color area. Just before entering into this pro gap, they have been booking their profits. That's why, that is one reason, apart from the existing pending orders in this pro gap area, altogether pushed the price down. Now again what happened? Next time when it reached, it moved a little above this blue color line. So some of the existing pending orders, the institutional pending orders would have been consumed here. And then the remaining pending orders pushed the price down. So whenever you see a pro gap, that is the place you need to book the profits. You have to remember this rule. Okay. Yesterday, from our yesterday's list, Apollo Tyres got an entry. Let's look into this that chart. First, let us go to daily time frame. So this is the trade setup. I went because this is a fresh zone. I went a little. I went one time frame below. That is 75 minutes. You may ask a question: why we are not taking entry exactly at this high of this daily zone? Because this is a fresh zone. Yeah, we are not taking exactly at this line. The reason is the risk management. Because you need to fine tune to 75 minutes, or still if that is not manageable, you should go one step below, that is 15 minutes. And 75 minutes is the horizon where the actual move. Sorry, this is daily. So 75 minutes, we have a rally, base rally. So the moment price reached in this zone, see how it pushed the price up. You know, today's market is a red market. It is a bearish market today. Even then, it has given a profit. So, but where is our 75 minute supply? Here we have a supply. Okay. But we are not going for a short term trading. We are going for intraday trading. That's why for booking the profit, see, I'm using 75 minutes for taking an entry. Still, you can fine tune by going to the 15 minutes and you can fine tune. So, probably your risk will be something like this. That way you can keep. So, still we got an entry here. But now your risk will be minimized. That way we got a good risk reward. When you fine tune something like this in the 15 minutes, it could be within your risk management. You got something around 1:2 risk reward. So one thing what you can do, here you have a supply, but it is not very clear in the 15 minutes. So what I did, I went to the 5 minutes and fine tuned. So you have drop, base, drop. So you got an entry here and you got your exit here. So at 11:10 you got the entry and 12:45 candle you got the profit booking. And it is around 4,675 is the profit, and return on investment is 3.6, which is almost half of our average return on investment. Our high liquidity average return on investment for high liquidity zones and daily time frame, I mean in intraday trading is 6.1%. But we got a less percent, so we have to accept it. So this is the only one trade we got from the stocks near demand and supply zones list. But we have few other stocks which we haven't traced in stocks near demand and supply zones, but from existing high liquidity zones. We got some beautiful entries we got. Okay, first let's go back and let us generate demand and supply zones. Entry time frame is daily. Let us find the stocks near daily demand zone. So these 10 stocks are near to the daily demand zone. And we have few high liquidity demand zones in this list. Tata Power is there, which is already tested once. It is at low on the curve. So you need to look for a deep entry. So let's go back. Entry time frame is daily. Let us find the stocks near daily supply zones. So these 5 stocks are listed. And we have few high liquidity supply zones. One is Cipla, which is a fresh zone. It is a counter trend trading zone. And we have one more counter trend trading, but it is already pierced. And look into this ICICI Prudential. Actually, we are looking for supply zones, but it has one support demand zone. We got a beautiful intraday entry in this stock. Why this is not listed yesterday? Because yesterday price is not near to the demand zone, a little above the demand zone. That's why it is not filtered. But this stock is there in your total list of the stocks. See, every day at the end of the report, I am showing you the complete list of the stocks. In that we have this high liquidity zone. I've been following this. We got a very beautiful intraday entry today. Let me show you the chart. It, it's a fresh zone. Before price entered into this zone, it is a fresh zone. So that is one reason, high liquidity. It is a high liquidity zone and fresh. That is one reason I am having the interest on this stock. And it looks like I have fine-tuned at the deep, right? Actually, for fresh zone, we can take entry at daily demand zone high. But this is looking like I fine-tuned to a little deep. You may ask a question. Why we need to? Because we have to, for tested zones, we have to go deep. But fresh zone, we can take the entry at the zone high. The reason is at lower time frame, we didn't find any zone exactly at the daily demand zone high. That is one reason. And the second reason, 75 minutes zone, we didn't have any clear demand zone. Let me show you. Go to the 75 minutes. We didn't have any clear. So almost 75 minutes zone and daily zone are looking same. The only difference is daily zone is having one base candle and this demand zone, 75 minutes demand zone is having drop and 5 base candles and then rally. So we didn't have a clear, we didn't find an origin where actually the move has started here. So that's why at the time our risk management is very, very difficult to manage if you are taking an entry because we have to go one step below. What is one step below 75 minutes? Already we took one time frame below, that is 75 minutes. Because 75 minutes is not having clarity, we are going one more time frame down, that is 15 minutes. And here you can find the origin, the actual origin from where the move has started. Look into this 15 minutes. Let me zoom. See, we have a beautiful drop, base, and rally. DBR, drop based rally. And that is the reason why, for managing the risk, I should wait until price comes into this zone. You can take an entry here. Sometimes the price may not come to this zone. It just come and then again it will go. You might miss an entry. But if you miss the entry, you have to accept because we have seen the real origin here. And that too we had 15 minutes. Maybe this could be a weak high liquidity zone. We don't know that. This is my assumption. But we have the origin and it is fresh. First time it is coming, prices are coming to this daily high liquidity zone. Inside daily high liquidity zone, we have a real 15 minutes high liquidity zone. So we can go for an intraday, we can plan for an intraday trade for this zone. So intraday, where you need to book your profit, here we have a drop, base and drop. So I have fine-tuned my supply zone. And see here how this 15 minutes demand zone inside daily high liquidity zone pushed the price the moment it reached here. You know, today's market is a bearish market. Even then, you have to observe the power of the high liquidity zones, especially this is the first time entry. How it pushed the price. When we got the entry at 10:45. And this supply zone has resisted for some time, but we got our target reached at 1:15 p.m. So almost within 2.5 hours, we got the return at 10:45 and 1:15. Within 2.5 hours, we got the intraday target reached. And how much profit it has given? 8,925. Rupees 8,925, which is 5.8% return on the investment. Our average high liquidity zone return on the investment is 6.1 and this is close to that, 5.8%. So this is an excellent trade, intraday trade. But you might have followed if you might be following all the high liquidity zones. Not only the stocks near, but already the stocks near list you already got Apollo Tyres entry, which has given 3.6%. And this is given even much better profit. So this is about the reason why I am focusing on these points, just to understand the power of the high liquidity zones and especially the S underscore DZ for demand zones, R underscore SZ for supply zones and daily time frame, and fine tuning them at 75 minutes or one time frame further below, that is 15 minutes level. They are working very well. Even tested zones are working very well. Then imagine how a fresh zone works. See how powerfully it pushed the price. Actually, today's market is bearish. Even then, after reaching this high liquidity zone, see how the price of the stock is fell down actually. It is down with a gap today. Look into the daily chart. This is yesterday's candle. Today, see from here how it is down with a gap. Actually, this is a novice gap. This is a novice gap. Actually, this is the area people should buy. But what people are doing here, novice people, they are selling the stock. That means they are doing in a reverse way. The area where they need to sell, they are buying. The area where they need to buy, they are selling. This is not the area to sell. This is the area to buy. That's why demand and supply zones are very powerful. Probably if anybody learning demand and supply zone, our free training program at our YouTube channel or attending this video, you have to understand. How powerful these concepts are. This is a pro gap. See, at one point of time, this candle could have been a bearish candle. See, when prices reached here, it could have been a bearish candle. See, this whole candle could have been a red candle at this point of time. But we should understand how our psychology works. When prices reached as a bearish candle, when prices reached this location, is your mind accepting this trade? That is our psychology related concept. How our psychology is really working or not working. Your mind accepts the trade, you would have got a good profit today. You would have got 5.8% profit you would have got. If your mind did not accept it, and you might be thinking, easily this demand zone will be violated. If you are thinking like that, you are wrong. This zone pushed up. See the rejection after that. How strongly it pushed up. That's why we got a good profit. This is what happened here. After that, market moved up in our 75 minutes time frame. Okay, let's go back to our reports. So this is about the stocks near daily supply zones. So let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us find the stocks which are closed inside the daily demand zone. This is the filtered list. Because today's market is a bearish market. See, many stocks closed inside the daily demand zone. We have a big list. Total 48 stocks are closed inside the daily demand zone. Yesterday we have seen a good number of stocks are closed inside the supply zone, daily supply zones. The pending orders in the supply pushed the market down. That's why we have seen a red market today. But now all these stocks came to the demand zone. Now what will happen tomorrow? The two possibilities. One possibility, if the supplies are very powerful, these demand zones will be broken tomorrow. That is one possibility. And second possibility, the pending orders in the demand zones probably push the market up tomorrow. That is another possibility. So we don't know what will happen. So let's go back. Let us find the stocks for entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks which are closed inside daily supply zone. So supply zone is also having good list. Good number of stocks are there. So here also we have 37 stocks closed inside daily supply zone. That means there is going to be a fight between bulls and bears tomorrow. This report is clearly indicating. Now again another question is coming. Apart from what we discussed, whether demands will be broken or demand will push market up. Now we can say whether these supplies will push the market down or again supplies will be broken tomorrow. Or if both these bulls and bears are fighting, maybe it could be a narrow range market tomorrow. That is also possible. That is what I am thinking. We have a bulls are there in the demand zones and bears are there in the supply zones. So is it going to be a narrow range if there is a fight between all these people? I mean all these stocks? Let us wait and see. Tomorrow's day is going to be an interesting day. Okay, let's go back and find the tested zones. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the tested demand zones. So these are the tested daily demand zones. Total 34 daily demand zones are tested. So let's go back. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the tested daily supply zones. Only 7 stocks, only 7 supply zones are tested. Okay, let's go back. Let us find newly created demand and supply zones. Entry time frame daily. Let us find the stocks having newly created demand zones. So these 5 stocks are having newly created demand zones. So let's go back. For entry time frame daily, let us find the newly created supply zones. So this is the filtered list. We have some good number of supply zones are created today. Nifty Bank also having a new supply zone. So total 21 stocks are having newly created supply zones. So this is about the filtered list. Now let me generate demand and supply zones for all the stocks for your further reference. So one indication is focus on the high liquidity zones. You never know. All of a sudden some stock may go down like 3%, 4%, and it may reach your high liquidity demand zone, and then the price will be, we can see a good rejection from the demand zone. That is what we have seen today in ICICI Prudential. So keep these high liquidity zones in your watch list. So entry time frame daily, I am generating all the demand and supply zones. I mean demand and supply zones for all the stocks. So I keep on scrolling this list. Whichever the stock you want to refer, there you pause the video. and you can study. So this is the end of the list. I hope this information is useful to you for your further study and analysis. Thank you all for watching this video. Let us meet again in our next video. Thank you.